Hello, let's continue on the assignment of SAP purchasing, and now we are on step 14. Step 14 is a review of the physical inventory of the chain log we already received for the 100 units. So for this one, it's not a new transaction, it's not a new process, right? It's a review and is done by the goods receipt clerk. And this is the position responsible, remember, like receiving the delivery of the chain clock and went over the inspection and move it to the unrestricted category. But double check, okay, another review for what you have. And so click on the manage stock and then do a input the material. Be careful before you search or put your material number, change the plant to Miami, because if you do Dallas, the company has different plants. The material we created are only related to the Miami plant. If you search under the other plant, you wouldn't find the material number. So put it here, you can do directly put the chain log. Okay, for me is you already can start to pop up, and this is my, and you like this is the title. So you have different again. Okay, I already received both of the shipment. So I have 200 and you probably only have 100. So yours, like, this might be, different from me. And then I think that's the overall review. And if you go to, if you want to check like more details about the 10 log, the inventory, so you can go from here. Is actually leading you to another transaction. Okay, check more details for the one. Again, when you go to this screen, you probably remember, okay, we did this before. And again, you should have 100 under the unrestricted. And then you click on this row. Oh, I think from here. You can get a zero indicating the like a layout, right? So this is a very nice zero like a dashboard. So let you observe the overall inventory, like the physical units of the inventory. So the different colors means the different categories of the inventory is also indicate your like safety stock level and minimum safety stock level. So for example, if your inventory reach below the safety stock or approach the minimum, that's normally automatically initiate a order for the next batch of the inventory. So that's all like this supply chain management, right? Rather than manually intervene for all of the process. And then, is programmed into the system and is become very convenient and prevent the inventory shortage if you need it. Okay, so just have a really review how the inventory management. Okay, even we are not under the inventory operational management, but as accountants, okay, you kind of understand, okay, what's going on in the system. So let's close it. So step 13 again, I can go back. Is not a real step, is an overview, okay, and after you receive your second shipment, right, you will create another goods receipt for the next 100, then you can check back again, okay, for the stock or the single materials. So I'm going back to the material management. That's step 14. And step 15, create and post the first supplier invoice. Because, we are simulating again. Okay, so we are assuming after we confirm receiving and the quality of the first 400 chain logs, and you will confirm, right? If you receive the billing from your vendor, you'll confirm we receive it, and you will prepare payments later. So invoice management, so create, and this one will be done by so if you can check, the invoice. They give you like a sample. Okay, and to do this, we'll finish under the AP accountant. Okay, that's kind of like translate, move to the accounting and the finance function, especially for accounts payable accountant. And this one will do a supplier invoice, create supplier invoice. And this supplier invoice should correspond and match the purchase order and goods receipt. As we mentioned, a three-way match. And most we can use the default, but I think we need to change the invoice date to the current, and make sure you have the company code, and now enter as a reference. Reference, this is the text. Okay, like you can use the one, but if you work in a real company, okay, you should have a numbering system of your invoice. Okay, but here we are just simulating some about the invoice numbering. And the most important thing we need to put the gross receipt, right? I think this one, you can actually pump up the invoicing part date. So you enter the number of your purchase order number, and later, okay, that's the one. Let's put the invoice party should be your vendor. Okay, so that's the mid. You can do a search, okay, for your supply code. So Midwest. And I have the one this one, okay, I forgot to, but this is I think this is the second one. Okay, found your own. Okay, that's all of the other vendors in our class system. Okay, you have your different numbers. So this is I will pick this, and the amount will be 3,200. First bench, remember we split into two receipt, okay, 100 for each. And here, enter your purchase order number. I have mine, and it's popping up. And found the one you have. I think I have 29. Yeah, this is mine. Yeah. So make sure you got your right one. Okay, if you forgot, you can do a search. And it is also, you can see it is popping up. For your case, you should only have one because you haven't received the second shipment yet. So for your case, just check one. Okay, check one, because I already have both of them, so I can, I don't want to repeat this invoice. For your case, this time you create the first invoice, then later after you receive the second good receipt, and then you can create for the second one only. Okay, so but I will simulate. Okay, so create invoice for both of them, and then I think the text code is XI, and XI is input text. Yeah, just a double. And this one also the same. So it's match, it's like, trying to simulate, right? So match your invoice with the existing purchase orders. And in that case, I might want to change this to 64. Be careful, you keep the 32, okay, because I'm creating the invoice for both of the shipments. And after that, to top of the page. And now we can simulate. That's the second journal entry. Okay, like you can see, the journal entry, we are moving the DRIR, like debit two of the GRAR and then credit the formal account payable. 33, so this is the account payable related to the vendor account. And minus means a credit and positive debit, because when we receive the inventory, the goods receipt, we debit inventory and credit the GRIR, okay, on the credit. So to GRIR, now I'm formally put it into one account payable. Again, for your case, first invoice you only have 32. Okay, you will have the receivable, this one, okay, 3,200 and one GRIR only. But again, mine is since I already put all of the, both of the shipment, and now you can post, is become creating your formal accounting document like journal entry. Okay, so receiving the cancel the DRAR and formally recognize the accounts payable. Okay, so that's the, for your case, okay, step 15. And then continue